Hi there, I'm Kai. Today I will be speaking with Katie and VJ Hira. They have a great background in new construction. Hi guys, I'm Kai and I am here with the Hira dynamic duo with Katie and VJ. So since you guys have worked in this industry for such a long time, what is your guys' favorite parts about either what you do or just working in the industry as a whole?
I love finishing homes. Once they're finished and people get to move in, seeing their faces light up as they walk through the door, that's the best part for me.
And I think on the sales side of it, the same thing, but the journey for buyers from starting from the beginning and seeing what the potential is for a new home and then getting to see them light up and the key handoff and knowing that as far as new homes go, it's always you're the first person that has the first experience in that home, the first gathering. There's nobody else has made memories on those walls but you.
So when it comes to picking a builder or general contractor, what do you guys look for, or what should someone look for in making those choices?
Cost obviously is a big deal. There's some builders who are going to be able to adapt to the cost of what you can afford. And I think sometimes people automatically think they can't afford a new home, but when you start to think over time, new versus used, we're talking about warranties that are included. Those are things to look for. We're talking about customization. How important is that to you that you're able to maybe pick some finishes or change electrical or those things as you're going into it?
As more of the builder side, I tend to look at when were the permits approved, what energy code are you looking at, how energy efficient is your home going to be, what features, are you going to have any smart home features, are you going to have future upgradability?
With you mentioned cost, so with that, what do you think is the most costly part of building a home?
Right now, and in the area that we live in, it's land. Land is really your most expensive. That's what builders are the first buyers for this market. So whatever they pay for land, then they're looking at what can they build that fits within this market, what can they sell a home for, what's the desirability, and trying to mix something that works for everybody involved.
Lumber cost right now is huge, but that's a commodity market that goes up and down. So those are things to look out for. Building in the Pacific Northwest, if you're building in the wintertime versus summertime, erosion control management, those sorts of things, those are huge unforeseen costs that you can run into.
Your floor plan and your location are really important when you're deciding where is my home going to be, where I'm going to call home at the end of each day.
If you could give only 3 pieces of advice to someone who say, I'm ready to start my building process, I want to build my dream home, what 3 pieces of advice would you give me?
To me, it'd be knowing what features you want, knowing what future is going to hold for you. Ultimately, for me, it's the functionality.
What my 3 pieces would be really is location. Is the location a place that you're gonna find yourself at home for the next 5 to 10 years? That's not something that's easy to pick up a house and move. The things that you can change would be the features. So when you're going into it, can you make changes? Can you afford all those changes? Are those changes necessary? You know, have features that are within your budget, knowing that potentially styles are gonna change. Do you see yourself in 5 to 10 years, that home still serving you, your family? Are you gonna grow? Is your family gonna decrease? Those are things that are gonna be most important, I think, when you're looking at a new space.
So just out of curiosity, are you team new build or team resale?
I'm team resale.
Really?
Yeah.
Why?
As far as new home builders, if you're buying from a builder that's all they do is, buy and build in communities, I feel like your outdoor living space is much more compacted and you're tied into a lot of things where you don't get to make a decision. As far as resale, I feel like you can get in and you can make the changes that you want to make.
I'm a little bit more in between probably, and leaning more towards new. I think you really have to look at what your long-term goals are. If you don't have a ton of money set aside to make costly repairs, if you don't have the expertise to change things, if you don't know how to do plumbing and electrical, those big ticket items that can cost you a lot of money down the road on an older home. New build, they're building to code, their energy efficiency is the highest. And I also think the stage of your life is gonna make a difference. When you go into a new community, everybody's new at the same time. So people are more up to get out and meet their neighbors, and their kids probably go to school together, and they have this likability factor. We're all kind of coming from somewhere else at the same time. We loved the fact that everybody was kind of new coming into it, and I see that in new construction communities all the time. People make their lifelong friends. It's more than just home. It becomes a community thing.
That's really cool. The social aspect of it is not something at all that I would have thought about. That's a really good point.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, thank you guys for being here today.
Thank you.
Good to
Thank you for having us.
Of course.